Good morning to you all. Again, we are here with a new session of debate, live debate, where the numbers of students are taking participation. With them, I'm going to introduce. First of all, there will be Ravi, Raj and Vivek. Today, these three guys will take the live participation in the debate, and the debate topic for today is going to be: should all the government school be privatized or not? But you know the rules of debate, that first of all it is required to have proper introduction with the topic, and after that we'll put the opinion. After putting opinion, we'll start initiating the round with the argument, the cross question to one another, and at the end of the argument, proper argument, we'll get the conclusion on the topic. So now this is high time to introduce the topic, as we have taken the topic today, that should all the government school be privatized or not. Question being, why such kind of question has been arisen. So after talking with numbers of students, we realized and observed that all the school that has been run and managed by the government, the state government or the central government, we have found that there is no proper management and the students are not getting proper education. On the name of classes and on the name of periods, the teacher are just wasting the time, and they are just playing their formalities. So numbers of students said that the government school is not good when we come to the quality education. It means the question arises in today's topic, that should all the government school be privatized or not? What can be the reason, what will be the consequences, and what will be the result and the profits after privatizing the government schools? See, as we know that every coin has two faces, that positive and the negative. Similarly, in this topic is also, once the government school will be privatized, the numbers of people will face the problem while getting while getting admission into the that private school that has been privatized by the government. And if it will remain government, then there will be the problem in education, because they are not providing the good education to the students, through which their life and their future is going to be the hell. As we have heard, seen, and observed, the numbers of students are there who have qualified 10th, 8th, 9th from the government school. They are not even able to teach or make competition with the students who are studying in a private school, and they are in a low standards. So let me know that opinion of the student, that what the students are saying, and on the basis of their opinion, we'll start making the argument. So this is the high time to introduce with all those candidates who are going to take participation. So here they are. So first of all, Raj is there, Vivek is there, and Ravi is there. So this is the time to take the opinion from them. So first of all, Ravi, what do you want to say? What is your opinion?
First of all, beautiful good morning to all and all present over here, and thank you for all who have joined online mode today in this particular topic. So today our topic is, should all the government schools be privatized? So as far as my opinion is concerned, I don't think so that all the government schools should be privatized. The reason being is that the people who are still in the government schools, they are simply being facing some of the scarcities regarding their poverty line or poverty stricken. That's why they are unable to just come forward in the private school due to the high fees. And definitely it is simply unaffordable for those people who are from backward classes. So definitely in this prospect, if you talk about this prospect, definitely we can find that the government schools shouldn't be privatized. But we can make the changes in the scenario of the government schools, like by whatever the sort of programs and how the routine is being followed. So definitely if the teachers will understand the responsibility towards the teaching, then definitely we can improve these facilities in the coming time. It depends upon the strategies and the mindset of the teachers over there who are coordinating that particular school. And that's all. Later on I will put my points.
It's okay, done. Clapping for him. Next, Vivek, your opinion is?
Good morning, sir. Good morning, my friends. Today we are here for debate, and the topic is should the government school is private. And according to me, sir, this government school is continue running, because the most of the poor people are uh, they are think that by the help of the government school, my student I give the good, take the good education, and good education, and also the there is some lack of the in a government school. If I talk about the teacher has a more quality, but they can't teach well because they think uh, there is not there is not barrier for the teacher to check and through the check by the officer. That's why uh, they are not teaching. And I think in modern era we are we are want to change some education system also in government school. I should say never the government school can privatize.
So we're done. Clapping. Now, Raj.
Good morning, sir, and good morning, everyone. So, sorry, sir. Sorry.
It's okay.
So, today we are going to debate on the particular topic. The topic is, should all the government school be privatized? So, according to me, it should be. Why I'm talking like this? Because uh, we better know the condition of a government school. They are not the students of government school. They are the person who are studying, the students are who are studying in a government school. They are not getting benefit, only they are getting money by the name of the some scholarship, but they are not getting quality education and quality food and quality things, just like they are drinking iron water, red water from the chapel, so books from the boring. So it is totally, according to me, it after some time it will be privatized, because where we they will get a quality education, and quality education, if they will get quality education, then they will do after they will do better thing in their future life, according to me. Later I will try to more point regarding this topic, sir.
Okay. So everyone put the opinion about the topic. Now this is time to uh, get the class initiated, and let's get it started with a question to the people who are saying no, the government schools should not be privatized. So the first question, the simple question goes for them, as both of you are saying the government
Yes,
schools
sir.
should not be privatized, right? So the first question is there, and it is very simple question to answer, that what is wrong if it will be privatized, because the school has been made and the manufacture, the school has been made and built to provide the education to the children, right? And if there is no education, then what is the use of that buildings?
First I told sir. Sir, first I told about the education. Education is not a business. It try to uh, understand. But the most of the businessmen think that education is the most profitable business. That's why they are involved in this step. And if the government school are privatized, the rural areas and the poor people and family are not effort to shift in private school. And that's why, sir, and we are not that the in a government school teacher are too qualified teacher. They are come from the uh, in competitive exam, and that's why they are come. They have the lot of knowledge, but there is a some mistake in the department. That's why they are not teach well. But I think that बोलिए.
So I think as far as my opinion is concerned regarding this, I think there is a very contradictory statement which I would like to mention over here, that everybody wants to take the government job, but nobody wants to study in the government schools. So it is also a loophole, I find. Because at the time when you need to just establish the schools in such a way which can compete the private organizations, at that time if you are not doing so, and if you are simply trying to just contradict regarding this, it is not proper. Suppose that we can find the examples of different of schools like Delhi. In Delhi, recently you have heard that some years before, the government schools entries are too much as compared to the private schools. The people are cutting the names from there, and they are simply joining the government schools. Why? They are finding it in an appropriate manner, because there was a digital class which was being conducted by the government organizations, and definitely if the government will take care of all the things, then definitely we can have control over these sort of things. On the contrary, if we talk about the aspect of earning the money, definitely I don't think so that they are earning the money or learning behind the money. because provide the infrastructure to the government schools, then definitely the poor class people can also compete to those people who are reading in the private schools. Because poverty is one of the biggest reasons for India. Most of the people are unable to afford the private organizations currently. So definitely, if they will go through the government side, then definitely they can avail better education as compared to the private sector. Okay. Next.
So I would like to open your eyes regarding this topic. Firstly, I'm going to give you the realistic example regarding this. Do you know about Oxygen Park and Jailmore Park? You better know it well.
Yes.
Oxygen Park is managed by the government, and Jailmore Park is managed by the Kolkata's company. I just forgot that name. You better know it that what is the condition of the park, both park. You better know which park is good according to you. Tell me one. Gilmore Park. Why? Because it is privatized and private company managing all the things. You better know it. So you should have to. If you are only talking about the Delhi.
My dear friend, if you talk about
You
the
are talking
private,
about only Delhi school.
if you are talking about the private sector, most of the times you can find that most of the corruption are being happening in the private sector only.
Not only,
Because
most of the time
people
happening.
are benefiting.
Sorry to interrupt.
The
Most of the
individual
corruption is
people-
happening only the government.
The
offices.
individual people are being benefited in the proper private organizations. They are not having the open vacancies because you are knowing that if you open vacancies, then definitely bunch
Privatization.
of the people can have the job, but the individual whom you want to be your own person, so you can not recruit in that particular post.
Okay, I understand
In that
your point.
prospects.
I understand your point. But if the government will do privatize to the government school, how it will be? Because nowadays government is not able to now government is not able to give the too much job to the youths. That's the why employment is going too much high. But on if government will take a decision to privatization towards the privatization, on that time privatization companies start new schools and new uh, recruitments for the teachers, and they will start something new
My
totally
dear
different
friend,
from the other.
private teachers or the private organizations are thinking that there is no one to take care or look forward upon me. If I am doing anything wrong, there is nobody to question me back regarding this. But when we talk about the government sector is responsible. It comes under the government. So the government will be liable to just coordinate every department in an articulate way. Don't you think so?
Course, but the main thing is that I'm talking about the quality education, where you will get your quality education in government school, in a private school, because you will get each and everything according to your study, according to your thing.
My dear friend, early days, you might remember before 30 to 40 years back,
Yes.
there were no privatization or private schools which were running. And currently, most of the IAS, IPS, you can see. So definitely, they are not from the private schools. They are still from the government schools. Early days, what they used to study, they just like to memorize the things up. But in private sector, what is going on?
But I'm talking about nowadays current scenario. We are moving towards. We are in
Don't
a
you think
digital
so?
era.
Don't
We
you
are
think so that due to the privatization, the
we are-
people are
we
jobless?
are- we are
Due to the
li-
privatization, the people are jobless.
we need a modernization, privatization. That is what I'm talking about. You are not going with technology, so and you are always try to opposing to the technology. It is totally comes under the technology.
My dear friend, I am not opposing the technology. How you can afford the technology? The thing is also that. Suppose
On
that if they are
You have to
people,
open. Okay, sorry to interrupt. You have to just open your government school and give to the managing sector, to the privatization company. They will manage very well. You better know. You have to see. You have to go there government school and you have to see. In Ranchi, some of the government school is good, but if I talk about the village area government school, it is totally bad. Did you ever seen this type of video and this type of reality?
my dear friend, early days it was. But right now, if you talk about the
No,
current
no,
scenario,
no. Currently,
there is,
this thing
there
is
is
going on.
Navodaya Vidyalaya. There is
Kendriya
also
Vidyalaya.
CM excellence schools which are being conducted or run by the government side. So how can you say that?
You have to know about some of the schools that is running in the village area. Utkarmit Middle School, I think the school name is too much school name. That is correct, and they are not getting good dresses. They are just getting money, and money is
It
manipulating the
depends, my dear
everything.
friend, it depends upon the willpower of the particular government. Because if you will just do the proper management, if you will take care of that particular organization or that particular school, as you can find that different schools, different villages are being opted by the ministers nowadays. They are being taking. So definitely, if you will take the responsibility of that particular school, that definitely in my guidance, that particular school will run. So of course, you can take care about that. Don't you think so?
Little bit, I think so, because I'm always go with privatization. I know about the example, realistic example. That is why I'm talking like this.
if the privatization is good, so
Yes.
why the government are country AIMS hospital and AIMS medical college and the IIT college, because they on that place they have give the good education, and the most of the millionaire and billionaire student are also come in government institute, because they all think there is a
They have different vision. Firstly, you have to know about it. They have different vision from the others. If I talk about Indian mindset, the majority of the people, the people who are belong from the village area, they always running behind the government job. You are talking about the millionaire or billionaire people. They better know it. Government will not fulfill our achievements and our dream and our vision. That is why they are moving
If-
towards and they are studying in the private school and
if
private.
if the government school is bad, so why the in Delhi the most of the private school are shut down, because in a government school they
Because
give the good
they are just trying-
they are good
Okay,
good
okay,
education,
I'm-
good technology.
Yes, yes, I getting your point.
That's why
But
they
They are getting the smart classes over there.
yes,
in the
yes,
government side,
they are
in the
just
government
copying.
schools.
They are just trying to copying.
Okay, there's a question.
If they are copying,
Wait,
they are
wait.
copying the good things.
There is a
If they
question.
are copying, they are copying the good things. Don't
Wait,
you
wait,
think
wait,
so?
wait, wait. There's a question. In a so big country like India is the population of 1.47 billion people, where 3 crore population or the most probably 3 to 4 crore people is in Delhi, right?
Yes.
And Delhi is a city which is existing in India, right? So are we dependent on a single example like Delhi? And do you really think that in Delhi there is a proper education? If there is a proper education, then why there is numbers of slums in Delhi also?
Yes,
Hmm.
you have to answer about this.
So
And,
slums were constructed earlier.
Economic-
It was the earlier construction what we are talking about. Now the people are not dependent only on the slums. Most of the times, I think right now the people have become the money minded also. They are, it is the harsh reality, sir. I am talking about that. The people are living in the slums, and sometimes they are also taking the rent from the apartments. It is also the two figure or two things which are quite different. It is a business minded game that is also going on in those cities.
of course, but it is very little bit thing. We always try to focus on a positive things.
I am focusing on
Okay,
positive.
I recently I mentioned you. They are just copying. Government school are trying to copying the privatization, and you are only talking about the Delhi. If I talk about the Jharkhand, what is
What
going
about
on?
Jharkhand? What about
Sir, I
Madhya
already
Pradesh?
told-
What about Uttar Pradesh?
In
What
Jharkhand,
about-
No,
in
Madhya Pradesh
Jharkhand,
is-
I already talked, sir. In Jharkhand, there is a CM excellence schools which are going on.
Where they are
2 days ago, the condition of CM Excellence School has been published in Pravatya, right? And they requested CM to take a view of their schools that has been run on the name of the CM.
Sir,
What is the condition of that?
it is opening the eye of the government, sir. But in this prospect, you can't claim because media is there always. So it is said that media should be opposite of the ruling government, and that's why this thing which is going on. This is correct in that perspectives. Actually, they are trying to emphasize
Your opponent is here.
the look
Not-
over there. So don't you think so that they are simply opening the eyes, eye opener of the government as a media?
and
in
where is the
Jharkhand?
government? They are sleeping.
They are not sleeping.
Every time media will open the government eyes.
My dear
Government
friend,
is not serious to open. They are not serious to about their schools and their works. Always media will
my
come
dear
and open their
friend,
eyes.
I am telling you, in
Because
Jharkhand,
these things are direct.
poverty is
Okay,
a
sorry,
issue.
sorry to interrupt. These things are directly showing government is not running good. Not running government schools is good.
My dear
So
friend,
they
I
should
am
be
just trying to
totally.
highlight it regarding this that the government is going good, but there should be the taking care of the central government also, which is not being provided in a good way, and that's why these sort of things are going on. As you can find,
I
that the
understand, I
central
understand,
government,
I
the
understand.
central government is the guardian of the state governments, and definitely, if the central government is sometimes
Okay,
doing
okay.
the partialities,
You
Because
add
with the
okay,
state
okay.
government,
In
then
our
Okay, okay.
definitely
You
these are
add
the
very well
costs.
point. I'm agree with you. But don't you think so? The government, if the state government is not responsible regarding this, if they are understanding the everything which is going on in a bad way, so they should totally raise voice against the private ruling government. They directly told to the ruling government.
They are ear folded.
Okay,
They are
sorry to
ear
interrupt.
folded.
Sorry to interrupt.
They are ear folded.
Firstly, you need to listen my point of view. Then you should answer. This is
Okay.
firstly, I would like to open your eyes about this topic. You are talking about ruling government is ruling government is managing all the thing. It is all these things are comes under the ruling government. Okay, so don't you think so? It is the responsibility of the state government. Why,
Of
if they are
course.
better know it well about what is going on the government schools, so they directly told the ruling government.
Okay, I am telling you the next example. How the coordination is being maintained.
And don't try
It
to
is one of the
don't try to implement cold things.
no, no. I am talking about that. I am not talking about the cool things.
Yes.
The latest example you can find the scholarship issue, which is stuck in Jharkhand. Why this scenario has come? You know it very well or not?
No, I don't know.
I am telling you. The thing is that the scholarship issue, how is scholarship issue is being stagnant in Jharkhand. Why it has been stopped? The reason being is that the lack of the coordination between the state and the central government, which is going on. Because I think 40% of the scholarship amount is being provided by the state government, but the later on the 60% of the amount is being provided by the central government. So if there will be no coordination between the state and the central government, then definitely how the students will benefited by that. So don't you think so that there should be a proper coordination with both the governments currently for running Jharkhand in
Let me
a
make
different
you
way?
correct. The central government work is to the central government work is to provide the fund to the state government. The constitution says that the central government cannot take the direct action under the procedures of state government, right? So whatever the school has been managed and the run under the states, it is the complete work to provide the proper facilities and the proper teachers and education qualities in the schools by the state government or the central government, until or unless it is in the direct hand of the central government like Kendriya Vidyalaya, right? There is no interruption of the state government into that. Directly the central government will take care of that. And you can see what is the condition of the Kendriya Vidyalaya, right? Each and every single students are performing well there. So what about all those school which is being run and managed by the state government, funded by state government and the central government both? A school has been made to provide the education, and you are saying no, the government school shouldn't be privatized. What are the major reason behind that? You are saying no, it shouldn't be privatized. If there is no education, then what is the value of that particular buildings?
The first thing is that if you talk about the privatization, in the government sector, we can find that the government schools are providing the opportunities because the opportunity will be less for those people who are poverty stricken.
Okay.
If the government school will completely be wind up, so definitely I can say that they will face the problem. The first thing is that. Secondly, I think the higher scale of fees, the fee structure is very high in the private school as compared to the government school. So it is not possible for everyone to afford those particular facilities for every guardian. This is the second loophole I find. Third, I can find that whenever the private schools are being generalized, actually they are not having too much responsibilities towards the children because they consider everything and they just elope everything to the parents that the parents are not taking care. But what about your responsibilities? You are not taking your responsibilities in accordance with what you should take. So I think these sort of things must be changed in the private schools. Apart from it, I think as in government schools, there is the attendance of the teachers are also mandatory in the government side. In the same way, in the same sequence, the private school teachers should be attendance should be mandatory, which is not going on or not taking care in the private schools. So definitely, I find that these sort of loopholes are there, which should be improved.
Okay,
Government should try to collaboration with privatization. Recently, my previous speaker mentioned the what is the condition which is going on at KVS, Kendriya Vidyalaya School. It is totally bad, and they are good student. They are quality. They are getting quality student. But what about the infrastructure? totally bad. If I talk about Burkunda KVS, another KVS school like Bhutwa KVS, you have to see it's look like a totally polluted area, and also buildings are too much bad. If you not an in infrastructure, total building is like, how can I say,
It will collapse.
it will collapse
Any
after
moment.
some time.
It is
Just
about to collapse, it seems.
it is about to collapse. It seems after some time, just like government schools. That is why I'm talking like this. Don't you think so?
Now it is the responsibility of the authority, that authority should make the government aware about these
And
sort of things.
authority comes under the government, firstly state government, then the state.
My dear friend, I am telling you, in Jharkhand, most of the times you can find that some of the uh, vigilance, we can say that, sir, vigilance, some of the vigilance department come time to time regarding checking of the infrastructure of the schools and how the schools are being coordinated. So definitely, once you will put your opinion regarding these sort of things, I am lagging behind. These sort of things I require. This much of teacher I demand for just fulfilling all the posts. This sort of facilities I require for that.
Also.
So it is a responsibility of the schools as well, just to make the government familiar that what sort of things you are lagging behind.
Okay.
If
I totally agree with you on this point. But if the government sector, they are just they're thinking and they are seeing ki, we will implement after some time. You are facing problem. I know it better well, but they are not taking right action. Current on that time, they are taking too much time for the action. But on that time, private things and private school directly taking the action against what is good and what is bad. On that time, they directly change the things, which one is good and correct for the schools, they directly change. And if I talk about the government
But the
sector,
total burden comes on the parents. Don't you think so regarding that?
no, I'm not talking about the parent. Firstly, you have to mention where student will get quality education. First,
I already mentioned that they will get the quality education on the government scale, not on the private scales.
how,
I am telling you how.
but without try to copy to the privatization.
I am
Give
telling
me
you
the
how.
example.
Most of the times you can be seeing the schools or the other offices, the timing of the offices which are run by the government organizations. What the timing of opening of the offices? Around 12, sometimes around 1. Most of the times you can visualize these sort of things. But whatever the conduct that is going on, that they are living with an entry and they are returning back with the entry, it shows that means the government are being liable about their employees, that whether my employee is coming, then there should be attendance, biometric attendance of that particular person who is going in that particular job. In the private sector there is a question mark regarding that. Question mark, why I am saying this? Because most of the times the people are not liable towards their responsibilities about in the private schools. Don't you think so?
These things also the private school is doing. You are talking about the attendance. Also, these things are going on. I don't have current data, but it is also going on. You are not, don't try to mention only one like government school and government. If I talk about the government sector, like in a CCL sector, fingerprint attendance recently 2 3 years added, and before it is not added. They just earlier they just scam to the government. That
That's
is
why
why.
I am saying
That is
yeah,
why.
right
If
now
they are
it is
if they are
right
working,
now it
sorry
is
to
developing
interrupt,
itself.
if they are working comes under the privatization, so they will strictly follow and strictly do their work according to their companies.
I think so that if there will be the privatization, then definitely the dominance of the private company will be there. The first thing is that, and the employees will be considered as a servant over there, because in privatization you can find the person who is trying to follow you or who is trying to guide you. You are coming directly under him, so he can just impose anything to you, and you have to follow that because you are under him. But when it comes about the government
Okay.
sector, government is liable for all these sort of
Okay,
things.
you are mentioned very well thing. You are always talking about we want good money, handsome money, because we are doing work. We want quality education, and if they are giving you the responsibility and discipline towards your work, so what is wrong with that?
My dear friend, discipline is a good aspect, but only to impose discipline, only to impose the things without knowing the reason, it is bad. Because if there will be the only one sided, then definitely the dominance of a particular candidate will be high. in accordance with that. The boss will remark that might is right. This sort of thing shouldn't be there. Whatever the actions which are being taken, it is directly or indirectly channelized by the government authorities. So the boss or the coordinator of that particular department is also under pressure that the government is looking upon my actions. But in private sector, what is there? There is no one over him who can arise the questions about his work. Don't you think so?
Last line, please pardon.
Suppose that if there is a boss, he should also have a fear that someone is there upper to me. So there will be the fear of that particular person too. But when you talk about the private sector, so definitely these sort of things are lagging behind regarding this.
You are saying opposite. In a privatization, in a private sector, it is not in a government sector that there's some of the fear is existing in their mind that yeah, no, there is
In private there is no sir.
in private sector it is, in a government it is not. A teacher doesn't have any fear that they can be fired if they won't take the proper classes in the government school. That is why the
Sir,
condition of education is going worst every single day.
No, sir. Right now it is not so. It is not
Of course
so.
it
I am
is.
telling you how, sir.
It is. Now tell.
If you are talking that the teachers are not being liable in the government side,
Teachers are not being liable. What does it mean?
so you mentioned at this particular point.
I said teacher doesn't have any kind of fear nowadays that if I'm not going to take the classes properly, that I'll be fired
They are having
by
a
the
fear, sir.
principal.
They are
No,
having
they
a
do
fear,
not
sir.
have.
Because there is an attendance procedure also, and even the CCTV cameras have been there, so they are having the fear of
The
that.
maximum school CCTV cameras are not working
Yes.
because there is no electricity at all.
Yes.
Sir, I think right now these sort of things have been changing with the strategies of the government and the willpower of the government, which is showing.
It is almost 73 years, 75 years after freedom, and still the condition of the government school is remain same
I don't think
as
so
it
that
was
is same.
earlier.
No, it is totally same. I have seen. I
Early
have
days, sir, early days, the motto of the government, of the parents to send to the government schools was just to have the midday meal. But right now they consider that if I am going to the government organization, to government schools also, my children will get the quality based education over there. Because there are the smart classes which are being conducted. There are different other sort of things which are being happening, different activities are being performed by which they can nurture their skills as well. Because there is a debate, there is a different rounds which are being conducted that are simply enhancing the skills of the students. Don't you think so?
Really? The smart classes is
Of
being
course, sir.
taken in a government school.
Of
Which
course, sir,
government
it's
school
going
are
on.
you talking about? We would like to visit there. That they are enhancing their qualities by.
Sir, I already
Where he
mentioned
will
that
get,
there
where
should
he
be.
will open his eyes.
I am already
And
mentioning, sir, it
I s-
depends upon the willpower of the government. If the government is having the willpower to do these sort of things, then definitely these sort of things can be changed. Somehow or the other, you can find that some of things are being lagging behind due to the lack of the management. Because sometimes you are not putting the fund on the time. So that's why you are unable to manage the accessories, you are unable to manage all these particular things what you want to avail to the students. But sometimes there is a loophole or a connectivity gap between the schools and the government side. So definitely, if the government will focus regarding that, then definitely we can have control over that.
and in Jharkhand, sir, nowadays the every single DO office, uh, they take charge, and in principal hand they are asking for the principal to what are teaching in college, in school, in every week, sir. They have the response to submit in DO office, sir, in current era, sir.
Okay.
So that's why the
So are you talking with the data?
yes, sir. I talk
Okay,
because,
if you are talking with the
because,
data, then why during COVID-19 more than 8 or 9
I am
lakh
talk-
children has already left the schools
I
and
am
they
talk-
never joined it back?
I am talking about the after the COVID, sir. Because in current era, my uncle has the principal of government college school. Sorry,
That is why you are talking like this.
That's why I talk-
Because your uncle haven't taken a single classes in that particular school or
that's why, sir,
college.
I am telling, sir. Every week my uncle has go to the DO office and submit the what are the what teacher are teach
Okay, okay.
in every week.
Okay.
Sir.
Just go for take samosas and tea and nothing else on the name of work.
No, no, sir.
Okay, okay. You are giving this type of point of view about the schools and about this type of thing. We will definitely go there and we will check what is the condition of this school. The school which is going and collaboration with the government and privatizations, so that school is going good. I know it very well because I study from there, which is going with some of the funding from government and some of the fundings come from the privatization, and the school is going very well. They are getting good foods also and good quality education also. That is why, so they should try to copy to the government, like Delhi's
And
government
do you
school.
think that everybody is able to afford that?
I told you collaboration where you will charge not high much fee. You will charge only like 300, 400 fees, 200 fees. So what is wrong with that? Now in this type, we there is lots of opportunity to earn, but people they don't have a mind to how to earn. They just only think how I earn, how I earn. They always think about it. Just try to work, you will definitely get. If you like the person who comes under the below BPL, before poverty line, on that time they have a they should go for as a labor and they will get 500, 600 in a one day. So what is wrong with that? They will pay.
Sir, if you talk about in different schools right now, in through the government organizations, the government students who are reading in the government schools, they are being sent for the research purposes also to the government side. So definitely, I consider that these sort of things are good in respect of this.
If they don't
Just to
know
enhance-
how to elaborate a plus b whole square, do you think that they are going to for the research purposes?
Sir, A plus
Where?
B, that
If
concept-
somebody doesn't know what is the spelling of
Sir, they
flower,
are learning
and
the life lessons.
you are
They are
expecting
learning
that
They are learning the life lessons, and you are talking just about the theoretical based knowledge, where the math doesn't work throughout the life, but the knowledge, the experience, what they will avail,
Math-
work wonder.
math is the life, right?
Sir, of
Everywhere
course, you
there
are
is math in the
mentioning-
life.
You are mentioning, sir, in some prospect it might be correct, but they are learning the life lessons over there. They are learning the skills over there. They are learning how to just live the life after the education, how to just survive in a society, how to just sustain the things up. Just by learning the methods of theory, how can you say that they are able to pass the exams, but they are failed in the life exams? But through this, definitely they are learning the skills, how to just earn the money, how to just earn the name and fame in the society too. So I think that it is a good prospect of the government sides. They're sending the students to the foreign as well. In some of the time, the people, it was a dream to go to the foreign and study. But right now, due to the different schemes of the government, definitely they are able to do so. Actually, they are able to fly their wings everywhere to the government support.
The rest of the people, don't you have the points?
I have,
Vivek
sir.
Kumar, you said it shouldn't be privatized, but you never told that how education can be correct.
Sir, I say that if the government school are private, the what
No, you need to say that. What about the education if it is not privatized?
what, sir? Sorry.
You need to say that. What about education if it is not privatized?
I'm sorry. No.
No,
I'm sorry.
not
I
in
know.
Hindi.
I know that.
You are not allowed here to speak a single word in Hindi.
I think, sir, uh, he should increase his knowledge about the government schools and government schemes. After they, he
Just
will
said
get.
that it shouldn't be privatized
Yes.
without any proper answer. and the
Yes,
reason.
yes.
No, sir. That's why I say, sir. Because if the government school private, so what are doing for the what are going from the poor people, sir? They are not effort to shift in private school, sir.
Yes, sir. Of course, he mentioned very well thing, but I would like to add one point. Now, in this time, earning 500 rupees in 1 2 day, it is not big things. If they are facing problem, they should just go to do something extra work, just like cut the wheat
In
And
Jharkhand.
in a labor, sir, in labor sector, and we are always talking about the work
Like
means
sir, in Jharkhand,
no
Jharkhand
work
is a
is.
poverty-stricken state which was earlier being considered and yet it is being considered.
Why are you making Jharkhand defame?
Sir, I am talking about the strength of Jharkhand, how the students are being strength in the particular
And
government.
what about Bihar?
I am mentioning, sir, in Jharkhand, Marang Komke scholarship schemes which are also going on, which is providing the scholarship facilities to the students too.
I know it better.
The first thing is that.
I know.
When we talk about the other states also, they are simply trying to impart these sort of facilities just to compete with both the students
Yes.
in a proper manner.
Yes, sir. You mentioned very well thing. I would like to make the what is the main thing. MGOS, Marang Gomke Overseas Scholarship. That is useful for that student who want to study in a foreign country and they are not able to pay the high amount. But what about the student? Students are studying in the middle section, not they study in government school, private school, and like collaboration school that is running through the government and privatization,
Okay.
where they complete their all the education and they are because they better know I'm not able to pay high amount. That is why they just asking to the government and they are just asking to the government we need too much money because we want quality education, and he has no enough money to get a good
Sir,
education in a
Jharkhand
foreign
can
country.
set an example for the other states also.
It's okay. There is a question. Okay, if you have so much
Guruji
problem,
credit card.
if you have so much
Guruji
problem
credit
privatizing the government school into the private, so can we say that the all teacher must be privatized? All the teachers nowadays who are getting the government job in a government schools, right? Do you think that they should be privatized? They
Yes,
should be under the private organization teachers?
I agree with this, sir, because the government because government not see the what teacher are doing in after the if the
What teacher are doing? What are you talking about? Everything teacher will do.
not sir, because I said that sir,
What do you expect that the Hemant Soren will stand in the school and the
No, sir.
teacher will take the class?
I said that sir, if the privatization with the teacher, and I think that every company and every sector are see the what are going in a school, and it's a commercial for the uh, agency also sir ki what if I not work proper, if my teacher are not work in a school, they after then they are can't take charge.
I have, sir, I have right answer regarding this topic of 2 3 lines. If they will work under the boss, they have a fear of their work discipline and their things. If they will comes under this type of things, so they will do good. The teachers who are comes under the government, they are always some of the times we have seen and we have heard about they are corrupted and they are not providing the quality education. And in if I talk about the privatization private sector
It
on
is
that.
not only about the government teachers.
Sir, as my friend mentioned,
No, wait.
as my friend mentioned,
Let me complete
I think
first.
the boss will do the atrocities with the workers.
No,
If
no,
the
no, no.
imperial power will be in hand.
So when the teachers and the employee will not do work and not good work according to their according to their thing.
You want to make your
No,
work done.
You are adding negative point
you
of
want
view.
to make your work done.
You are adding
Regarding
negative
that.
to it, negative point of view. You are adding negative point. Atrocities. It is not good. If sir, I already mentioned you. If they will work under the private company, so they have a fear of their work about their things. If you will not. If you will today, I will not study to the student, so I will not get money and such a good amount, handsome money from my company and my schools. That is what I'm talking about. But in a government sector, they will just feeling like a free. They just
after
think like it is my
after
father.
you teach,
No.
after you teach in a good way,
Sorry to interrupt.
after
Please-
you teach in a
please
good way, the
try
salary
to
increase.
listen. Please try to listen. The teacher who comes under the government, who is studying and who teaching under the government school, they always just think like it is my father of my school. I will do everything. But what they are not doing anything. Just they are eating the money of the government and they are not providing quality of education. That is all according to myself.
Sometimes hodgepodge too.
Yes. Scam with Sarkar. Government foods also, sir.
Ah,
I saw after some time I will show you the video and what is the reality of the government school which is running in the government area and in the village area. Sorry, in a village area.
Means what do you want to say? That means
I'm just trying to open your eyes about the government, especially the Jharkhand government.
I think Jharkhand government is doing the fantastic job in providing the opportunities to the youth by these sort of implementations. Because early days you might have seen that different students used to leave their studies, but due to the facilities availed by the Jharkhand government, definitely the people are taking active participation. They are understanding the value of the education. Why education is important? Because most of the times the parents were unable to pay the fees. Most of the times they consider that they are back in comparison to the higher class society people. But due to the extra efforts of the government, I think these things can be possible right now. It is becoming reality gradually. The education has become reality for Jharkhand people.
Government.
okay, so this is high time to conclude the topic. You have had a lot of argument on the topic that should it be privatized or not. We had some relevant point also, as well as some irrelevant point also, right? A school is basically known for education, and you better know that the education is not being provided properly in the schools. It means that either it is required to make the good education or replace the entire infrastructure. Replacing the entire infrastructure is likely impossible, but making the teachers good, it is possible, right? As the teacher crosses the numbers of entrance exam, almost they become the so experienced teacher. But when they join and the tag has been given to that of a government teacher, they become completely helpless, right? They become completely lazy, that we can say afternoon farmer. They don't even care anything about the child, right? They don't take the proper classes as their responsibility. Their prior responsibility should be to take the classes properly, but they don't. As you have given the one or two teachers example, and we have listed the numbers of school where from principal to teaching staffs all are completely relaxed. Somewhere they are gossiping, somewhere they are talking about the personal things, somewhere they are doing the additional activities, and the children are roaming here and there, right? You are talking about the DOs are taking care, and they are just trying to know that what is happening in the school every single week. It is completely bullshit, right? It is called only formalities. There is nothing going on. If it happens, then the school's performance was going high, but it is still remains same as the previous days, right? So we can say that if we cannot privatize the government schools into the private, so we must privatize the teachers, because each and every single person who are being hired under the government organization, they started considering themselves as a Prime Minister Narendra Modi's, right? So they should be the realization that they are the human being and they have been hired to serve the people, serve the student. And if they are not serving, they are not the good people. So in that particular case, either we need to change the system of the teaching, or we need to change the entire infrastructure, in which the first effort should be taken in the way to make the schools privatized or make the teachers privatized. Is it?
Yes.
Okay. That is all for today. We'll see you in the next class with a different topic. Till then, thank you. If you will have any opinion, argument, and statement or any question, if you're not satisfied with the argument or the conclusion, you can ask your cross question in the comment box. So we'll see you in the next class with a different topic. Till then, thank you. Take care.